Hey guys, what is going on? My name is ProtoAMP and this is how to start a successful gaming YouTube channel. Now this is the first episode of a new weekly series I'm starting, where I'll give you tips on how to produce epic content and start a community and a fan base. Now in this episode I'll go over before making the video and before getting the equipment, and these are things you should consider before you even start. So first off, YouTube does require a lot of time and it's not one of these things where you can quickly make a few bucks. If you do it properly, it takes a lot of time. For the most part, each one of my videos takes around 7 to 9 hours to make, sometimes even longer. And that's just because I really want to drive my quality up though. So if you do have some time, say around the weekend or something like my schedule consists of, then things like that will be a lot easier for you. But if you're an extremely busy person, then this might not be for you. If you're a student like me and you've got your GCSEs, finals, A-levels or uni, those two impact how much time you can invest in this. Now this brings me on to my next point, which is schedule. Now I'll be honest and say that I didn't really have much of one when I started, but I knew with me I only really had time to do one video a week just because of how long these things take, and I also have other priorities. But this section really depends on you. Don't expect many people to subscribe if you only do one video every 2 weeks or month, but I guess if you're doing something like short films, then I'm sure that's fine. But for gaming channels, which this video is sort of targeting, viewers want a lot of consistency, and knowing when you'd have a lot of time to make these things and upload them is great. For example, I normally upload my videos on Sunday around 3 to 6 PM. That last bit on time, yeah, I haven't nailed that yet, but it still gives people an idea on when they should return to your channel. Which once again brings me to our next point, which is quality versus quantity. Truth be told, people are more likely to find you if you post more videos. It's just logical that way. The difference is on whether people are actually watching the video and actually think you're worth subscribing to. If your videos are shit with terrible audio and video quality, people will just click off immediately. So you might have a lot of views, but your average view time and subscriber count isn't going to get near as high or better. And then there's people who post quality content, which might get collectively less views than all your other videos, but actually gives people a reason to subscribe and even share it. You see, as you all know, YouTube is a form of entertainment, and if you post low quality, boring videos that sound like they were recorded out of a cat's ass and made on Windows Movie Maker, you're really limiting yourself. Also, videos that are in higher quality, like being funnier, educational, or anything else, are more likely to do better if they explode and become viral. People really subscribe for you and your quality, so give people a reason to. They'll see the vids and think, why isn't this guy or girl got even more subs? Rather than, oh, it's just another bad channel. So just consider actually putting a lot of effort into your videos, which you should be doing anyway. Now the next one is to develop an identity. This can be through being original and different. What sets you apart from other people? Are you funny, well-spoken, interesting, good at editing, informative or engaging? If you haven't got any of these qualities, then you probably won't fit the bill for entertaining in regards for gaming. But hey, develop on some, as I did. You also need to be critical of yourself when you start making these videos so that the end result will be much better. Have a look at my first videos and now the newer ones. Granted, they were helpful, I'd argue, and alright at editing, but being able to naturally speak to the mic is something that you're going to have to get used to. I've been on both sides of the fence, speaking slow, fast, stuttering, and practice does make perfect. And whilst I'd say I'm nowhere near close to perfection, these things really do help. Now links on relevant things like how to improve your commentaries are in the description, and this still means that when you're developing an identity, create content which isn't copying the style of other YouTubers. I actually see this bullshit so much and I don't understand it. Why would anybody want to watch your videos when the person you're trying to copy does a much better job? We don't need any more of the same YouTuber, and chances are you're just going to attract a lot of hate. I'm not saying don't do what other people are doing in terms of videos, because chances are everything's already too saturated. I'm just saying don't copy their style. And as a gaming channel or any other type of channel, what sets you apart? You know, what makes you unique or different? And have you even decided on what type of content you want to start posting within gaming, like reviews, game guides, walkthroughs, playthroughs, like let's plays, and then tips and tricks, or do you want to branch off as well? Choose your genre and be true to yourself. Don't go off into one thing just because you think it'll get a lot of attention. Like me, I post videos that include gaming, but my bread and butter has always been around content creation, now of course branching off into gaming and editing related tech, like PC build guides. I'm just saying, pick your style and what you like doing the most and roll with it. And in regards to name choice, this is actually really annoying. There are plenty of good channels online, especially gaming channels who post great content, but the name's someone like XX Squirrelshagger 3.1415XXXXX. Well, congratulations on your 10th birthday, but with a name like that, good f***ing luck actually finding people remember that. When choosing a name, make sure if possible to have some meaning behind it. It can be something deep or personal, or something else. For me, Proto actually meant original, and first, like prototype, whereas amp was more of a suffix to proto. The best names are always taken, so figure out what works for you and roll with it. Make it simple or funny if you want, and the main things that need to be easier to remember, and the shorter and snappier, the better it is. Now I'm not going to cover equipment as a whole just because there's so much to it, so that'll be in next week's video. But I just want to point out that YouTube, like any other hobby, is expensive. Starting out, you could get away with doing things for free, and in 2 weeks, I'll show you how to. But developing a quality for your audience is pricey. It's somewhat cheaper if you're a PC gamer, but for console gamers though, it is pricier. For the most part though, you don't want to have a mic, capture method like software, for PC, or a capture card to record your console, and for editing, you do need a decent rig. Not like a 24 core PC that costs you an arm and a leg, and your grandmother, but a decent one. Again, this will be in next week's video. The next point is gameplay. I personally like to post whatever I want in terms of gameplay. For most people who already have an established brand, this is more difficult. So post what you like, but don't do it because there's other people doing it. For the most part, no one actually cares what gameplay is in the background, so long as it's not terrible. And whenever I want to watch a video and they tell me that they just got 20 nuclears and an STI in the video, I genuinely don't care. So just take a few notes, and the gameplay needs to be high quality though, and relevant to the video unless you can't. Now these next few points are just going to be quick fire. To the first one's haters. And don't ever get the idea that spamming is okay. I just delete that and block you. So don't consider doing it when you first start, or ever. Now develop your own style and uniqueness, and interact with fans and make them a huge part of your channel. But don't make them run it. Like, don't be solely dependent on what they say you want in their future videos, but be open to suggestions. And don't do this for the money. You really don't make anything in regards to how much money and time you've invested, at which point you'd be better off getting a standard job. You should treat it like a hobby, and if you've got the impression that's a job at this stage, just don't do YouTube. And lastly, have fun and be yourself. Anyway guys, this has been Proto. Relevant links of what will help you are in the description, and subscribe to stay up to date with all my new videos I post, especially within the next few weeks, which are going to be fire. And thanks for watching, and I'm also really interested in hearing the questions that you have for this, and also what you think makes a good channel. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Adios!